make your relationship a priority first and foremost.
And then too, like when you start to feel things, you know, a lot of times it's really easy to come to somebody, like we were saying, offensively because of how something is making us feel. But you have to be willing to say, hey, babe, you know, this happened the other day. I didn't say anything about it then, but I want to come back and I want to just mention because this is how it made me feel. And then as the other person, you can't be like, what? Ain't nobody even know. Okay. Well, let's talk about it.
Or where did that come from all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's not all
of a sudden.
It's not all of a sudden. Somebody just decided that, hey, I feel comfortable enough to say
this
something.
now.
And then you know, you come back and you sit, well, hey, well, let's sit down and talk about it. First of all, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not if I offended you. I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. Now let's talk about
not I'm sorry
if I made you feel bad, or if I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
That's totally different. Someone saying I'm sorry you feel that way versus I'm sorry I made you feel that way. It's taking accountability.
Exactly.
They're taking accountability for the fact that they made you feel a way that they did not intend to.
Yeah. Even if it's not intentional, don't take it personal. You didn't mean it, but they're telling you, hey, you know, this made me angry, or this made me mad. This made me feel like
uneasy.
You didn't. Right. It made me feel like you ain't even love me. Like,
or I need some clarity.
Or it made me just feel like, what are we doing?
Right.
You know, and you can't be so defensive that you don't hear what the person is saying. And because you didn't mean something, now you want to go in attack mode because you're defending something.
Exactly.
Because I ain't even do that.
Because you took offense.
You took offense.
Offense equals what did we just say?
Destruction.
It does equal destruction, but defense, taking offense, equals dang, what did you just say? You said we both said it. It's offense, defense. Okay, taking offense is defense. That's what I wanted to say. I was trying my best to get it, y'all. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Causes defense. If I'm offensive, I'm offensive when I come, she's gonna be defensive.
Exactly.
If she's offensive when she comes, I'm gonna be defensive.
Yeah.
But what you have to understand is just because somebody come and you feel like you need to defend, don't necessarily mean they're always coming offensively too.
This is not your enemy.
Exactly.
This is your teammate.
Yeah.
This is your partnership.
Get out your feelings.
Please.
You know, and it's a work in progress, man. We talking about it, but we experience it. We human too. Like I said, ain't nobody perfect, but you can have a perfect relationship. You can. You just have to work at it. You make it perfect. Where there's a flaw, you fix it. And then it's
your
perfect.
relationship is what you make it. You just gotta come together and understand what your key points are in that relationship. Relationship equals partnership. I'm sorry, I was stuttering a little bit, y'all. Relationship equals partnership.
Sorry, I be doing stuff. I'm sorry. Go ahead. If relationship equals partnership, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna stop.
All right. Partnership equals teamwork, and teamwork equals invested time and energy, which is your support system. That's how you have to see one another. As this is my support system,
and this is mine.
This is my support system.
Number one.
Why I'm gonna come against my support system?
Yeah.
Why I'm gonna do that?
Why you gonna do that for?
So yeah. Yeah, I think I'm hitting some points there.
Yeah. Can I go? Can I chime in here? So, one thing that I thought about too is that a lot of times people measure perfection on what they see. Your relationship is your relationship. You cannot measure it on what your parents went through. You cannot continue to act out of consequences of what happened in the past. Those things that you may have endured or you may have seen happen. Your relationship is yours. It's nobody else's. It's not a fairy tale. Now, you can have one that's a fairy tale, I'm sure, but this is real stuff. A relationship is real. The things you see on TV, you know, when we're little kids and we see this, oh, they so cute. Oh, it's so magical. They're not showing you the truth of a real life relationship. Right. One that goes through bumps and bruises, that has ups and downs. One that sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're not certain. You don't know because of what may have happened before, because of something that you feel based off of a situation.
Just they're not knowing what the other person's thinking.
They're not giving you reality. They making a hit TV sitcom, okay?
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think that we grow up thinking that a relationship is supposed to be just like something. But what we have to realize is that your relationship, like baby said, is what you make it, and it can't be compared to anybody else's. People come out and you see they look so happy, look so wonderful. You don't know what they have to do for that to be their reality.
Exactly.
And you also don't know what they have to do for them to come out and make it a great facade. Exactly. You don't know. So let your relationship be your own. You sit and you find out what it is you want out of it. Yeah. First of all, what you individually, what do you want out of it? Then you share.
Own your relationship.
Yeah. And then you share with your partner. You know, this is what we want, and you make that happen. You don't compare.
Yeah.
And don't let nobody else tell you what your relationship should look like. Oh, they doing this, you ought to know. You ought to mind your business so that I can have a perfect relationship. And you need to go on and try to perfect your own or get one. I just had to put that in there, because when you have people have a lot of time on their hand, they got a lot of time to tell you what you need to do. Because why? They ain't got nothing at home that they got to consider what they should be doing, because you know they ain't got nobody.
Right.
So you got to be careful with that as well. And taking on other people's issues and problems, man, let your stuff be your own, and whatever is flawed with it, fix it.
Exactly.
Fix it.
Exactly.
That's what perfection is. You know, if I break something, I find the best tool, the best mechanism to fix it.
Not replace it.
Fix it.
Because you still got to work on it.
Right.
When you get with somebody else, if you replace it, know that your person is worth it.
Exactly.
Don't choose to be in a relationship to put a title on something. Just date. You know, don't actually become a relationship with somebody who's not worth it.
Yeah, you have to get to know a person.
Yeah.
You might find out I don't really like them. So can we be friends or not? You know what I'm saying? You got to know.
You got to know the proper spaces to place people in.
And you got to grow to certain levels. Don't be rushing into nothing, calling a relationship, and then doubting whether a relationship can be perfect. No, maybe that one can't, because maybe that's not the person for you.
Exactly.
You know?
But they are for someone.
But they from somebody.
Just remember, your relationship is a priority, not a debt.
Girl, give me that. Give me that.
Your relationship is a priority. It's not a debt.
Dang it, I like that.
Thank you, doll.
We're going to have to write that down somewhere and make that pretty and post it or something. Your relationship is a priority. It's not a debt.
So, yeah, you know, I was thinking, people forget that their relationship, you know how people say you are what you eat. You know, your relationship it exudes the conscious and consistent work and energy that two people will invest into it.
Now that's the truth.
It's just like whatever other goal in your life that you want to meet, and whatever you put into it. If you don't put no work into it, you're going to get anything.
Exactly. You don't meet no goals if you don't have no effort put into it.
If you don't do what it takes to make it effective, that's a done deal. That's why I said you have to own your relationship. You have to own it. Make it a priority. It's a priority like paying bills. It's a priority like putting food in your body when you're hungry. It's a priority. Just saying.
It is. It is a priority. You can't neglect it. If you neglect it, you'll lose it.
So the perfection of your relationship is never giving up on it. Make it perfect for the two of you.
Exactly. And that's what I really, out of all the things that I jotted down and thought about, I really wanted to make sure that we hit that point. Perfect for she and I may not be perfect for they and them.
Yeah.
You know, they can't do what we do and maybe survive. It might damage them.
That's why it's important to pay attention. Take a look together at what works and what doesn't.
And what does not.
Rid of what doesn't work. If you put it out there and you see the result or the response or the reaction to it and that ain't quite it, Don't do it.
Mm-mm.
That's something you can replace. You want to replace something, replace what does not work.
Yeah. And don't get so busy that you forget, because a lot of times you go through things and you have the discussions and you feel like you've gotten resolved, but then life happens, things get, not so much bad or cluttered, but life goes on and you get enthralled in your day-to-day, what you got to do, and then you come home and you be done forgot, hey, when I come in the house, I can't be this way. I got to drop off the work thing because that's going to upset something.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget.
It upsets the balance.
Yeah, don't forget.
And you got to have that.
Don't forget what that other person is needing.
That goes into your conscious effort.
Yeah.
Making your relationship a priority, staying focused and being consistent. Be consistent. So don't make it work, for a day or two or three.
Be consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent and don't leave it up to your own recollect to always. If you might have to jot some stuff down if you're not used to doing something a way and you found out that, hey, my partner, they really need me to be this way, or they need me to do something a different way. Whatever it is you have to do to remember that, then do it. Like she was saying, make it a priority. If I have to remember something, I know I'm not used to doing it, I may have to write it down. She ain't got to see me write it down. But I know, hey, oh, shoot, I better not remember that. Or let me go do this just in case she didn't notice that. You understand what I'm saying? You have to feed your relationship with those good things that nourish it and help it to grow.
Absolutely.
And then you can have a perfect relationship again for you.
Yeah.
And your person. And we're going to remember some things. We talked about focusing on it, making sure that we're committed to not giving up, making sure that we listen to each other, making sure that we respect one another and the thought processes that the other have, making sure that we don't take value from the other person.
Right.
No matter how crazy it sounds to you, don't remove their value. Listen, get an understanding. And one thing she said is you might find it what you feel and what they feel is not too far-fetched from the other, because honestly, birds of a feather flock together. Like, you have some great commonalities, especially if you've been able to make it for some considerable amount of time. You know what I'm saying? So don't discount each other. No matter how it feels. And if you find that that person feels that you have, don't be too prideful to say, I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry that I
keep doing that.
Exactly. I'm sorry that I, misjudged you. I'm sorry that I made you angry. Like, be accountable, because a lot of times all a person really needs to know is that you care enough to be accountable for what you did do, what you didn't do, or you care to figure out what to do.
Absolutely. That's right.
Don't ignore what your person needs. Sometimes but because they don't say it, you don't put forth that effort. But if you know something, it is, but I've seen it, if you know that your person needs this, or even if you feel more comfortable doing something else, if you know, hey, it'll work better because she or he needs this. Well, we talking about LGBT, right? She needs this. Do it. Do it. And what you will find is that once you do it, speaking from experience, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard at all.
What is it? A pacifist, something like that. I think it's a pacifist. I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute. I think it's a pacifist.
What's a pacifist?
Pacifist. A pacifist is someone. That's what it is. It's a pacifist. A pacifist is someone who doesn't believe in war or violence or anything like negative, of a negative structure to any extent in order to resolve something. So that means you always want to keep the peace. A pacifist always wants to keep the peace. Be the pacifist in your relationship. She's looking like, okay. But that's what it is. You want to be the one. You want to keep peace in your relationship. Don't be chaotic.
Be the peacemaker.
That's what a pacifist is.
That's what it is?
Yes.
Okay, if that's what it is.
That's what a pacifist is.
Be the peacemaker. Now, being a peacemaker sometimes is gonna make you have to shut down your pride. And that's okay.
But you shouldn't even have pride in your relationship, because again, this is who else better? Who else better? Who else gonna be there for you? If that person ain't being there for you, then you got some other things you need to evaluate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the one you should trust with everything.
Yeah.
This is your diary. This is your person. Like,
but I keep saying let your pride go, because that's such a natural thing to have. It's natural to want to protect your feelings, to want to protect what the emotions.
But if you want to protect your relationship in that, like that.
That's why I say let it go.
Yeah,
let it go. But that sometimes it has to be a conscious effort. That, hey, pride is making you not do this. Or
take
pride
in your relationship. You want to be prideful. Put it toward wanting to make it work, no matter what.
Yeah, do that.
That's what makes perfection.
That's what makes it. That's what she said.
All right, guys. So, hopefully, y'all learned something, or we were able to share.
Able to share with you guys, because that's what we want to do.
Yeah. Hopefully, we were able to share something that was relatable, or
I learned something
that you need. I did too.
Your relationship is a priority and not a debt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let that stick with you. It's a priority. It's not a debt.
Yeah.
And then all those things we talked about, they'll be able to more easily come into play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, before we go, we want to still remind you.
A lot of people try to fix their relationship with sex and stuff like that. Sex. Let me tell you something about sex. Sex is gonna come when you got all of these things aligned. The sex is just gonna be.
It's gonna be natural. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna because that's a whole nother kind of sinking, kind of bonding. And that's not for this video. That's for a whole nother video.
A little later.
Yeah, because it runs so much deeper than even what we said here.
Yeah.
But here, and what we did state today, is a great start.
Yeah. So remember to like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
And please hit your post notification button so that you will not miss any upcoming videos that we're going to upload. We hope you guys have really enjoyed our show. And again, we're going to get better and better and better at this. Y'all, it's a beautiful day out here, y'all. It's raining. But it's a beautiful, calming day. I'm really
And forgive us. We're just now starting, our YouTube channel, Random Heart Structure. And we're in the car because it's just easier with the light and the recording and things like that. We're actually trying to create a space now in our home for our actual YouTube channel space.
Yeah.
So forgive us. We're working it. We're trying to get it together.
Forgive us or just like us.
Hey, that'll work too. That'll work too.
Yeah.
But yes. Oh, and if you guys can think of anything that you guys want to see us do, or anything y'all want to hear us talk about, please
post in the comment section. We're open for ideas.
Below. Yeah. And I think you guys, I think at the ending, on the outro, our email is there too. So utilize it.
Yeah.
Utilize it. All right, guys.
Like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
And hit that post notification button.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye, guys.